Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Out of the Abyss with you, as always, Lot, Pip, and Jake.
Yep.
How were your weeks, boys?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Week was decent.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's been
Fellas.
raining all week though, dude. Fucking over this
Storms
weather.
are a bit much. Yeah.
It's a little cloudy, dude. It's supposed to be like this the next couple days. And then I have
I-
Omega yard work to do after that. Fun, right?
I did get caught out in that rain at least once. It was fun.
I love the rain when I don't have to walk in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan when I'm just like sitting inside with my cat.
I think a gazebo is like the primo spot to enjoy a storm.
Yeah. Yeah, out in the rain, but not in the rain.
Yeah. Rain adjacent, but you still gotta like the sound and the good air.
Yeah.
The good storm air, dude.
Having
Nobody
a
ever talks
near-rain
about the storm
experience,
air.
Now, fellas,
Close Encounters
We
of
have-
Mankind. Sorry.
we have, dare I say, a certified hood classic this week.
Oh shit.
This is something I remember vividly from when I was like a little kid. I remember when this first popped off. My older brother was really into Art Bell, and we used to throw on Coast to Coast at like 1 a.m. And Art started getting callers from Puerto Rico talking about this little beastie that people had started seeing. What beastie, you ask?
What
The
beast?
Chupacabra.
Oh shit.
Yeah, buddy, I fucking love this thing.
I-
And I refuse to acknowledge that there is even a chance that this isn't real. So leave it at the door. This one's a fucking fact.
I didn't
This is
even
a hard fact.
I didn't even know that
dude,
it was a semi-recent thing. I'll be real. I thought it was just kind of.
Yeah.
I thought it was like an old story or something, and not just like, hey, we
Mid-90s,
started
buddy.
getting calls about it. Started getting holes about this chupacabra. It's just popping up.
Started getting,
Just big
started
holes.
getting holes in the goats.
Oh yeah, there you
Never
go.
seen anything. Never seen anything like it before since we put that one guy in jail. He's out fucking all the goats.
Same.
Wait, hold on.
Can
Say
we isolate that audio, please? Can we clip that? All right. To begin,
Is that why you live on a farm?
Sure, dude.
let me describe Puerto Rico for you guys. For any listeners, we do live north of the 49th parallel. Most of our listeners are in the States. So anything that's like actually hot, we don't know shit about for the most part. I mean, I guess Jake's been around. Pip's traveled once or twice, but
A little bit.
This man
mean, keep
only
it
knows
real.
cold though.
I was like, if you went to like Mexico, you're telling me you wouldn't like melt?
Dude, you want to hear a
would.
funny story actually? So I spent a month in Africa, right? And when I left South Africa, it was 45 degrees Celsius. Okay, pretty hot, right? I spent a month in that, right? And then I came home in fucking February, and it was negative 45 degrees Celsius. When I walked out of the airport, I have never, like, my body's never been in that much shock. It was so fucked up, dude.
I can't imagine plus 45 being a livable human condition. Jesus
You can't
Christ.
get used to it, honestly. Like, I definitely did. You just have to, like, change your, I don't know, like, your daily routine, right? Like, you
clothes?
just don't go outside from, like, noon till 4, pretty much.
It's a lot of these cities are literally that King of the Hill joke where they go to Phoenix, Arizona, and it's super hot, and Peggy's like, this city should not exist. It is a monument to man's arrogance.
Yeah. Man, listen, it hits over 25. I'm wearing an umbrella. I've got my own shade. I'm one of those fucking parasol goths.
So, Puerto Rico is about 1,000 miles southwest of Miami, Florida, in the Caribbean. So, like, it's in between Miami and the equator in terms of north-south. So, like, it's hot.
In the zone, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a tropical island known to locals as Borinquen, which is a Spanish version of Borican, which is the name that the Taino natives gave it. Borican means land of the valiant lord, by the way.
Is the valiant lord the fucking sun?
No, it's just like their king.
Oh, okay.
It was
Sun
just
King?
their king. The Spanish came and Spainified it.
Ah,
True.
they conquisted all over it.
Anyways, it's a tropical island. I mean, technically it's 5 islands, but whatever. It's very much the stereotypical tropical paradise in terms of the tourist areas. But the wild areas are something that used to be referred to as a white man's graveyard.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's just there's all kinds of like bugs and spiders and animals that people who aren't native to the region just don't know to look for, and it can be it's not great. Lots of illnesses and stuff. It rains frequently, and it's pretty hot year round. Like I was looking at it, and it basically, even in like the middle of winter, it does not dip below 30 degrees Celsius really.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's hot.
Jesus, I can't imagine. Listen, I like a nice, kind of a semi-warm rain. I can't imagine a hot rain.
I feel like any rain in Puerto Rico is a cold rain. When it's so hot outside, all the water is like, oh yeah.
I guess.
Give me that.
Wash some of that sweat off. You get
Yeah,
some of that sky sweat.
It's God's tears that he ever made a place so hot. It has palm trees, mountains, beautiful beaches, and is even home to the El Yunque National Rainforest, which is like a legitimate rainforest.
Oh shit! I didn't know they had
Thanks
a
to-
rainforest down there.
Yeah, dude. Thanks to its island status, it's also rich in biodiversity, being home to plenty of rare and endangered species of frogs, parrots, and 26 forms of plant life endemic to the island. By the way, I looked up some of the parrots. They're super cute, man.
Parrots are pretty good birds.
I love parrots.
I hate
loud,
birds equally.
I had to live with a cockatoo, and it was a real piece of shit.
Yeah, they
but-
always are.
Yep.
They
Parrots-
always are.
Parrots seem like they're pretty good.
My grandmother used to keep budgies, dude. And I fucking hate those birds so much. They're just trying to do your thing. You're just trying to hang out, and they're just fucking yelling in your face. And you're like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's 3 a.m, bitch. Trying to wake the fuck up. No, shut up.
So I couldn't love something like that, and one day it would do it to me while I had a migraine, and I would just grab both the budgies and stuff them in a sock, and then like walk around the house just like smashing the sock on stuff.
Yeah.
Just on everything they've ever shat on.
You did this.
I'm making
You
budgie
did
jam.
this.
Great grandparents on one side there had a couple of budgies that they just had free roam of the house, but they always liked to roost on one lamp, right on the top rim of one lamp. So that lamp was
Shit city, dude.
obliterated. It was shit city, dude. The lampshade, there wasn't a lampshade. It was a shit shade.
You gotta that's see, if you're gonna give your birds free roam of the house, you gotta do that thing where you like put plastic wrap on all your furniture and change it once a week.
No, exactly. Like
Put everything in bags.
Vacuum a lot.
That is necessary if you keep birds like that, dude.
Yeah. But as I mentioned earlier about Puerto Rico, the island does have kind of a dark history, colonized by the Spanish in 1493, and then the Americans conquered it in the Spanish-American War. So it has been rough.
Sure.
But the legend and history that we're looking at today, it begins in the mid-90s. A farm reported 8 dead sheep in March of 1995. Now, dead sheep are unpleasant, and I wouldn't say that they're a rarity, but they're uncommon. I mean, people look after their sheep. That's your income.
Yep.
The sheep were all killed in a similar way. 3 strange puncture wounds in the chest, and the corpse appeared to be drained of blood. This, by the way, is where the name comes from. Chupar, Spanish for suck, and cabra, which means goat. It's a goat sucker. And this whole goat sucker thing is super weird for a lot of reasons. First off, blood sucks. But
Heyo.
actually,
Got him.
blood is super not nutritious. It's why vampire bats are such tiny little dudes, because there's just not enough nutrition in their diet for them to get big.
Yeah.
Second, most predators move their prey. Like, solo predators will make a kill and then, drag the carcass away, like maybe a jaguar drags it up a tree or whatever, so that they don't have to worry about being interrupted. But the Chupacabra was just, like, leaving husks laying around like plastic solo cups at a kegger. I just drain it and toss it. A dead sheep is really bad. But these kinds of deaths were, first of all, it was making people real suspicious. Because it kind of resembled cattle mutilations, which at the time were really starting to pop off in the American Southwest. To anyone who doesn't know, and if you're listening to this, you almost certainly know about cattle mutilations, where people will claim to see UFOs or something and then go out the next day and find their cow, except, drained of blood and missing its anus and like stuff like that.
Inside out or something.
Yeah, just like missing soft tissues and like bizarre holes and burn marks and like
It's
weird stuff.
It's weird that a bunch of sheep died like that, and they were like, "This is a goat sucker," because was sheep sucker just the name of somebody already?
Well,
Holes in the
I
story
killed a bunch
already,
of
dude.
goats too. Yeah, man. How are you doing this? Why are you... Pip! You're out. You're off the show.
All right,
We're
bye.
No! Come back.
Can we get a Discord leaving sound and post this?
Bloop.
Footsteps trailing off there.
So, something else, though, that's freaking people out is that people had been seeing UFOs in the area for like a year. So people were kind of starting to get real anxious.
Oh.
And finally, someone saw it. Madeline Tolentino got a good look at a mysterious creature near the town of Canavanas. She described it as being vaguely kangaroo-like. It had big eyes, thin arms, 3 fingers, and 2 big old legs. Like those real big, thick, like kangaroo jumping legs. It didn't seem to have any ears, and it didn't have a nose, just 2 little air holes. It also looked like it had feathers or something running along its spine, like maybe spikes or maybe feathers or I don't know. She only saw it for a moment before it hopped off into the dark. But apparently it stuck around because over 30 people reported seeing the creature over the coming weeks. Some saw it swooping down, some saw it hopping up, but the description stayed pretty consistent. Now, this was in the summer of 1995, when that someone finally got a look at it. This thing had been rampaging for months before the sighting started. Think about that, like that. When was that first? March of 95 was they found the first bodies, and in the summer of 95 is when someone saw it.
Jesus.
Damn, dude.
But the creature didn't seem to be confined to just one area. Canavanas was just the first sighting. That fall, a homeowner in Caguas saw the creature briefly. The thing had broken into... This makes me uncomfortable. The thing had broken into the empty kid's bedroom in the house, ripped apart a teddy bear, and then fled out the window, leaving only a puddle of slime and a single piece of rancid meat.
What throws
Where'd
me
the
is
meat
why
come
would it
from?
why
What's
would
the
it
meat?
leave meat?
It's a gift for their hospitality. I don't know.
Why the meat?
Maybe that's why he left. He was like, I brought this piece of meat for the potluck, and then all he could find was a teddy
Real
bear he
fucking
couldn't
mad
eat.
about it.
He got
Break
mad
this
and
fucking
left.
teddy bear and leave. God damn it.
The only thing I can think of is it just stores food like a fucking hamster? Like a cheek pouch, and it's just like, I was gonna eat that little bear looking thing, but there was nothing there, and he got so mad it spat out the food that it already had.
I mean, maybe it just like excretes rancid meat, dude. You ever think about that? Just sweat it
Maybe
out.
there you go. It just coagulated all the blood. It sucks.
Yeah, could be it. Or maybe like
Ew.
it's furry, right? I wasn't really listening to the description.
I think
Or
it's
is it like
got
smooth
skin.
She didn't really specify.
Okay, It's like maybe just stuck in there, dude. You know, hairball, meatball, whatever.
I don't know. Maybe it threw up a little bit because it tried to eat a teddy bear.
Just sucked out some cotton and like.
Yeah.
Either way, kid's bedroom is my top 10 list of places that I don't want cryptids to be.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, I can agree with that.
Bathroom's high up on that list too.
Yes. Any place that you're vulnerable.
Yeah. The bathroom is a safe place where I shower and become nude.
Yep.
Now, over the course of 1995, over 1,000 animal deaths on the island were attributed to this little bastard. That's a lot, by the way.
Yeah, that's quite a few. Yeah.
That's enough for an angry mob, right?
Yeah. It was getting all kinds of animals. Turkeys, rabbits, cats, dogs, horses, cows, chickens, and, yes, Pip, just the goats. Dead.
Thank you.
Just found dead. You're welcome. They were found dead with puncture marks in their chests and drained of blood. Like a juice box by the side of the highway.
It's like one of those bad vampire movies, you know, where he's like I don't want to kill people, so I'll kill farm animals instead. Yeah.
And he just slurps up a goat.
No kids, eh? Lightly surprised, no kids.
Yeah, you'd think. I don't know. But the Chupacabra was still not content. Still, it had to spread, to move, to get around. It made appearances all throughout Latin and Central America. And by January of 1995, there was even a Brazilian Chupacabra.
There's a second one, or the sightings of the first one?
I don't know. I mean, I assume that the killings and sightings continued in Puerto Rico, but there were also sightings in other countries. So I assume there was like more, like they were propagating.
Oh dear God! When will we catch
I got
one?
a story. I got a story for you guys from Brazil. This story's fucking awesome.
Hit me with it.
So, a bunch of animals were being mutilated and killed, forcing farmers around Capivari to mount a night watch. The first fucking night. The first night that they're out there. These farmers are keeping watch around a wooden shack, like a base of operations. They'll sit in there, play cards, have their guns. Someone, looks out, maybe walks around a little, come back. They take turns doing it. They hear the animals in a nearby pen freak the fuck out. So they're getting ready to leave. Before anyone can even leave the shack, they hear heavy breathing and even heavier footsteps circling the little wooden shack. The door rattled as the thing slammed itself against it, trying to bust in. The sounds retreated eventually, and the farmers looked out the window, terrified. And there they saw it. It was holding itself up against a tree and appeared to be like 6 feet tall. I mean, if it was holding itself up against a tree, that sounds like it's quadrupedal, which would make it 6 feet long. But I just repeat the facts. I don't make them up. This one was covered entirely in black hair. And when it realized it was being watched, it ran at the shack door again, rattling the entire building with its impact. It screamed in frustration and ran off into the local woods, thwarted by the impeccable craftsmanship of the Brazilian farming class.
I'll be real, when you talked about the black hair and being like 6 feet long, I just imagined a horse.
It is just a horse, actually.
These Brazilians ever seen a horse before? Ah! What is that
This
thing?
one's been solved. It was just a horse. Nothing else.
How do you know that this horse was responsible for draining all of the animals? They're like, well, the horse had a cape. So we feel comfortable saying that the horse was a vampire.
We saw it had fangs.
It kept draining all the oats.
The oat sucker. Come on, that was pretty good.
Sad honk, dude.
Oh, hold on, I got a sad honk here somewhere.
Yeah, dude, hit me with it.
But Doctor, I am Pipliachi. So, the next evening, the farmers realized that there were buzzards that were circling over the woods. So they went to investigate the area, and they found a really weird corpse. This corpse was hairless and twisted, and appeared to have 3 holes in the thorax area, as well as several blunt trauma wounds. The men rolled the body over, and were stunned to see that the grass under the creature was burned, as if exposed to really, really intense heat. The guys left the body, and nobody knows what happened to it. Like, they were just like, we don't even want to fucking touch this.
Damn. This is so fucked up. I'm just walking away, never coming back.
See, that's the correct.
Literally.
That's pretty much like the correct blanket statement when dealing with cryptid shit. Like, no,
I have had enough.
No, thank you. I'll pass. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Now, the creature continued to expand its territory up into Florida and Texas. I mean, allegedly. Every Texan Chupacabra that I've ever seen a picture of is a dog with mange. I saw one really sad one that was clearly just like a shaved bear cub in a thin metal cage with unclipped claws. But,
yeah, that one was sad.
But this one's for Pip. I know he'll appreciate this.
All right.
This one's from around New Orleans, and it is both the oldest known report of a Chupacabra-like creature.
Nice.
And one of the only ones that I found with its own name. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Grunch.
I love it.
I shit you not, it is called the Grunch. Sightings of it go all the way back to the early 1800s at a place called Grunch Road.
Okay, good.
It's a creature 3 or 4 feet tall and covered in dark gray skin or scales with weird like spikes and stuff on its spine. Unlike its southern relatives, the Grunch appears to be able to do things like open doors and use tools. And it has the funkiest. It's just Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Grunch DeVito.
He can open doors. He can use tools, I think.
Danny the Gruncho?
Now, the origin story of the Grunch involves a voodoo priestess named Marie Laveau, who apparently castrated a devil baby to prevent it from making more devil babies. I don't know.
Is that how that works? If you were a devil baby, can you make more devil babies? Wouldn't that just be a devil baby?
Wouldn't you, if you get a hold of a devil baby, wouldn't you just kill it to prevent more devil babies?
Did she just castrate a child? Like, is this just child abuse?
I mean, you would think so.
But devil child abuse, dude. That makes it okay.
Yeah.
She castrated it. Yeah, it's the Omen.
Yeah.
She castrated it, and she drops its balls on the floor, right?
As you
and
do,
immediately,
I guess.
Bam! The testicles become 2 Grunches, 1 male and 1 female.
Okay, that can't be child abuse because I don't think human testicles do that.
Now, the Grunches immediately began kicking the shit out of Laveau, who was eventually knocked unconscious. And I don't know why, but like they describe this, and I picture like something about the name the Grunches. I picture them as being like characters from a 90s cartoon where like their bodies are just like weird beans with like noodly little arms and legs, and maybe like one is orange and one is purple, and they both have like backwards baseball caps on.
I'm just imagining it as a cross between the Grinch and the evil gremlins from Gremlins.
I wasn't really thinking of them as like, characters from Hey Arnold, but I definitely am now, and this just puts a whole new fucking spin on this story, dude.
Yeah, it's just like it's like this dark, like it's not cartoon at all. It's like so dark, and there's like bones and candles burning and the smell of sandalwood as this voodoo priestess just castrates this small child. Blood, it's hideous. And then she just like drops the balls, and the second they hit the floor,
Like a mic
they
drop.
spring up as 3-foot tall cartoon characters that just start laying into her. Just bam, bam, bam. They're like kicking. There's like little dust clouds from like where they're kicking her.
Jesus.
No.
Oh god.
Eventually, LeBeau was knocked unconscious. Of course, they got the KO.
Grunge
And when
wins.
she awoke, Grunch wins.
Thank you.
With this character's death, the thread of prophecy has been severed. When she awoke, she was alone. No grunches, no devil baby.
Convenient.
So, she abandoned voodoo and reportedly became Catholic.
Same thing.
Catholic.
Same thing, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It's-
kind of the
you just make
play,
less-
right? You do some voodoo, you fuck it up really bad and let something into the world. You know what? I'm turning to God, actually.
Catholic Church, it's just like, yeah, I mean, just, repent and it's all good. And this poor lady's like all beaten up by these grunches. It's like,
You got fucking ball blood on her hands still, dude.
I was gonna say maybe she's got like a crutch for like one leg, and then like a bandage wrapped around her head and like one eye. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those.
Sure, we'll get you into confessional here. And the priest just kicks her out of the confessional booth like, that's the third Yahoo this week doing frank confessionals.
I wish these voodoo priestesses would stop making goddamn grunches. No.
Damn it, dude.
Over the years, people have told all kinds of stories about the grunge. Even
Bunches
today,
of grunches. Sorry.
bunches of grunches.
They call them
Even
the Grunch
today-
Bunch.
Even today, sanitation workers in the Big Easy report chasing grunches away from garbage cans or off of roadkill. After Katrina, people in some neighborhoods said that they couldn't leave pets out at night anymore because so many grunches had been driven from the woods and into the urban areas to try and find prey.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't bring your pets in at night because your city was a flooded hellhole with
No,
biohazardous
it's for the
wastewater
cryptid,
everywhere.
dude.
It's the grunch. Yeah, it's the
It's a
grunch.
grunch. You don't want your
You're
pet
t-
to be lunch for the grunch. That would suck a bunch.
Everything's underwater except like
No.
a 6-inch circle of land sticking up where you put your dog over at night. It just has to stay there. You come in the morning and it swims over to the house. So, where the hell did the Chupacabra come from?
Oh, wait, that's what this episode's about, right? Sorry.
I mean,
Yeah,
a
the
grunch is a
grunch is-
chupacabra.
It's a
Sort of.
Chupa cousin.
Chupacabra from the balls, I guess, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's
The Chupacabra is stored in the balls.
God, that's the new euphemism. Oh yeah, not my balls, man. Not my grunch bunch.
I'm using that.
Oh my god.
That's a yoink for sure, dude. Thanks.
So that's a nut, by the way. Slender Manlet and the Grunch Bunch. These are some good t-shirts. Pip just spits out merchandise at
Yeah,
these.
dude, for real.
Someone hire this man.
There you go. Just truck nuts out. We're selling grunch bunches now.
So let me lay out the options that I have discovered. And then we can have a rousing discussion on our opinions. Option 1. The Chupacabra is just an animal. A weird one, but it's some kind of hitherto undiscovered vampiric predator that evolved somewhere near the Gulf of Mexico. It may be something like the deforestation of the El Yunque rainforest has forced it out into the open for the first time. That's an option.
Yeah.
Option 2. It's an alien creature.
Yep.
UFOs were frequently seen around the time and place that the Chupacabra was first sighted. My favorite theory along this vein was someone who said that maybe the Chupacabra was like an alien pet, and they were checking out Earth, like maybe on vacation, and they lost their pet cat and proceeded to try to search for it.
I like that one. Well, you got like a pet in the car or something. You pull over so it can, take a shit on the side of the road. Lose
Yeah, and it
track
just
of
runs
it.
off.
Yeah.
3. It's a government experiment that got loose. Is it possible that the American government has a hidden experimental facility in the El Yunque rainforest where they attempt all manner of unholy genetic experimentation, creating and accidentally releasing this monstrosity onto the poor innocents of the island?
All right, so
It does sound like America.
As far as tinfoil goes, I think that in combination with everything, it's just too much for me.
That one feels the most tinfoil hat so far.
Yeah.
I would say that, an island's a good
But
place for a top secret genetic research facility.
I would be more
Something
willing
gets
to
out.
believe it's a fucking alien pet that escaped than some kind of secret government facility that they do horrible things to people.
That's because you haven't listened to enough Alex Jones.
You see, I believe
Fair enough,
there
I
could
guess.
be a secret government facility where they do horrible things. I don't believe that they could create a chupacabra, though.
Yeah, sure. That's kind of what I meant.
Option 4. It's an interdimensional creature that slipped out of its reality and into ours.
Oh, it's like the
which would explain
one we
why it
did
just
a
popped
while
up.
ago, right? Yeah.
I could kind of see that. I had that weird deja vu feeling again the other day when I woke up. It's weird.
Yeah, just another little Mibby boy,
Yeah, slip into another reality again.
Yep.
Option 5. Tulpa? Is it the manifestation of the poor farmer's natural fears of predators turned into a supernatural predator?
Maybe. I think we're due for a tulpa episode.
Yeah. Yeah, we've only mentioned him in passing.
A couple of times now, actually. Viewers
Option
out here
6.
wondering, what is a tulpa?
What is
Tulpa
a
win.
tulpa?
You'll find out one day.
Option 6. Voodoo monster. The Grunch had kids that became the Chupacabra.
The grunchkins, dude.
And it looks so different because there was only 2 of them, one from each testicle. So technically, all of the Chupacabras are hideously inbred.
That
They're like the cryptid Habsburgs.
kind of tracks, actually. Which came first, the chupacabra or the grunch?
The Grunch. By like 100 years.
Oh, shit. Okay, so the grunch was the pet that escaped. And...
No, the Grunch came from testicles.
Yeah.
We covered this. Keep up.
Devil baby, castrated.
Okay, so the devil
testicles became
baby?
grunches. Devil baby was the alien experiment that escaped from the secret government facility.
Now
That's
we're
why it was a
talking.
devil.
You'll roll them all up together. Aliens stopped, let their dog out. Dog escaped. American government caught the dog, experimented on it. One of the workers was voodoo and cut the balls off, and the balls became grunches.
It went all
And
fucking Resident Evil in the fucking government facility and just killed everyone and got out, dude.
Resident Evil.
Just
Resident Grunch.
see, when they were making the Grunch, the only thing they would show it were Price is Right reruns. So as soon as it got free, the first thing it had to do was remove a dog's testicles because Bob Barker kept telling it to spay and neuter its pets.
Okay.
Is this an actual thing? I've never watched The Price is Right.
Nah. What?
Yeah, I've never seen it ever. Actually,
Oh my god. Yeah, it used to be at the end of every episode. He'd be like, and remember to have your pets spayed and neutered. I think he was paid by like the Humane Society or something.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, so you don't have like lost pets just feral running around.
Yeah. I understand the importance of having it done. I just didn't know that he was like
Yeah.
saying it. It's funny.
Yeah, it was a little thing. It got a little weird because he would pull out, like when contestants won a little bit of money, he'd pull out a little coin purse to pay them out of, and it was just made from the scrotum of a dachshund. That got a little bit uncomfortable, but for the most
That's a
part, it
bit
was just
much,
like a
dude.
PSA.
Yeah, man. You gotta
was-
make your coin purse out of an entire frog like I do.
It was a very small coin purse. So, okay. Which one? Pick one. You have to pick one. It can't be a combination. Which one is it?
Alien demon
number
baby, escape, Resident Evil, that one.
Escape the Resident Evil house.
Yeah.
I'm still leaning towards Lost Pet.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think it's that one as well, honestly.
oh, okay, so you both think it was. I was gonna say Pip thinks it's a lost pet, and Jake thinks that it's Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 2.
I take it back. Definitely on Kennedy, 100%.
Nemesis.
He's got
It
that
couldn't have
fucking
been Leon.
annoying girl on his back the whole time. You beat the game, get her in that suit of armor. You know what I'm talking about, dude. Fuck that
The
game
president's
before
daughter?
you get the fucking suit of armor for that girl. It's just so brutal. She's just.
I think that's RE4.
It's three.
Nah,
right?
dude, it's not. The Chupacabra can't be Leon. The Chupacabra is Nemesis, chasing you throughout the place the whole time.
Dude, what if Leon is Nemesis all along?
Maybe the real Chupacabra was the friends we made along the way.
It's that fucking big zombie lady from the new
Alright.
Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Lady
there you go.
Dimitrescu.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but one sec, Pip. What was that? That maybe the real Chupacabra was the friends we made along the way? And you maintain that the Chupacabra is Nemesis. And if I remember the Resident Evil movie, at the one of the dudes who got infected, who was like her friend, got taken away and became Nemesis in the second movie. So technically you are correct. Yes.
Got him.
I've never seen it.
Honestly, the first Resident Evil movie is really good.
Yeah.
And then it really falls apart. But the first one is actually like excellent.
So the first one was actually just like good all the way through, and then the other, I don't know, 20 or whatever the fuck they're up to now, are just
Didn't they
good.
do some bad CG ones?
Yeah, I mean that's every move from the early 2000s, though. To be fair,
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
it's just carried by what the fuck is the actress's name, dude?
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, she just looks hot and kicks ass, and that's enough for me, honestly.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
All right, you know what? You've sold me.
Yeah, no, highly recommended though. Watch the first one. It's really good. Even with the cheesy CGI, it's still awesome.
Nice. Is it Mila Jovovich like a bra model or something?
I don't know.
No, she
Or like
is the wife of the dude who produced the movie. You see?
She's in Monster
Oh,
Hunter
damn.
too, right? The Monster Hunter movie.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it the same thing?
Nice.
Look hot, kick ass, bad movie. Probably.
Terrible movie. It's worse than bad. It's
Like not even she can carry it, kind of thing.
it's like legitimately offensive.
God, okay. I
Like,
love Monster
most-
Hunter, dude. So I was stoked when I heard about it, but unfortunate.
I from the clips that I've seen and the reviews that I've read, I would say that the Monster Hunter movie is probably going to be rated near like the Super Mario Brothers show.
I forgot
The
about
live action one?
Yeah,
Oh
with
god.
John Leguizamo as Luigi.
Man,
God.
But like, I really need Hollywood to stop trying to make video game adaptations. You know, this really has to happen.
Yeah, they need to do literally the thing that they did with the first Resident Evil movie, where it was like it follows the plot of Resident Evil quotation because that's not the literal plot of the game, but it's like a prequel sort of.
Yeah.
So it's like based on the game, but they didn't have to do every single thing exactly the way the game is.
Because like watching video game events play out, like a lot of weird shit happens in video games just for like play's sake, right?
Yeah.
You just need to do like in-universe stuff, like you're saying, and then it's just then it's fine. But you go beyond that, and it gets fucking really weird, dude.
That road in the other direction also needs to stop. I think there's so many video games based off of movies, and they all suck.
Yeah, pretty much every Star Wars game ever made, except for a couple.
Knights of the Old Republic is good because it's, as you said, in universe.
Nope. And Obsidian was R.I.P.
Was.
Just an amazing studio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what trend I like? Games being made into other games.
Like
Go on.
When will
Like
when will I get access to Bloodborne Cart?
Ah.
Oh, did you hear PC port confirmed, dude?
For Bloodborne?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, it is
What?
time.
Hold on. Dropping everything.
Yeah, let me bring up the article.
Yes. There's a whole group of people who've never played Bloodborne before, and it is time for me to become a vile blood and wreak havoc on these poor fools.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I'm gonna have to work a low-level build there and be the broccoli man.
Oh, sorry. It's not
And just invade
officially
people.
confirmed yet. I lied. Sorry. Made everybody.
Holy shit! All right,
Sorry.
that's the end.
You're out of the
See you guys.
podcast.
I did see you guys next week.
Anyways,
There's rumors that they were
Now that
debunked by
we've-
someone. So, yeah, feels bad, dude.
Boo.
all right, yeah, keep kicking me while I'm down. That's all from us on this one. We don't have all the answers, but if we did, they'd all be the Chupacabra is real.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in.
So
as
is the
always.
grunch.
The grunch is double real.
Because there's two of them. Because there's
Please,
two balls.
because there's two of them.
Every
One per
man
knot.
on Earth has two grunches within him. Inside,
There are two grunches
inside there are
inside
two
you.
grunches.
Please come join us on Twitter at OOTA_POD, UTA Pod, or join our Facebook group, Out of the Abyss Podcast. We do also have our Patreon, patreon.com/UTAP, OOTAP. Any level will get you a full episode dedication, and the first patron can pick an episode topic for us to cover. So that's fun. Until next week, stay safe, and remember, everything has an element of the unknown. Grunch night.
What?
What? Good night.